Impact segment tonight, fighting terrorism on the left. A couple of weeks ago, Fox News analyst Kirsten Powers and I debated national security and how to combat worldwide terrorism. Ms. Powers opposes drone warfare, Guantanamo Bay, and a variety of other anti-terror measures. So I said this. When I get back, I want you to give me the Kirsten Powers national security strategy.
Okay. All right.
All right? Everybody ready? I think people would be very anxious to hear that. Here now to unveil her plan to protect all of us. Kirsten Powers from Washington.
Hi, Bill.
All right, let's start with your top anti-terror strategy, the biggest one you have. It would be?
Well, you might be surprised to learn that I actually do support the surveillance that is done as long as it's done in a way where there is some oversight. I think it's an important anti-terror tool, and my concern has just been with the Snowden leaks that I don't think that we're having the appropriate oversight, and I don't like them storing the data. But I do think that that is probably the most important tool that we have.
All right, specifically, though, would you allow the NSA and CIA to read emails from American citizens?
With a warrant, I would.
Okay, with an individual warrant, not a general warrant, or an individual. No. So it'd have to be Powers, get a warrant, her emails to Cairo or whatever, and we have to read those. Okay. Yeah. All right, but that's not going to stop the jihadists. I mean, that's going to give a little intel in here. But
well, it's not what the administration
to stop the jihadists, in my opinion, you have to kill them. And you don't really want to kill them, do you?
I think, look, if it was going to actually protect us from terrorism, then you would have to obviously consider that as a tool.
But you're talking a hypothetical, and I want the Powers program. I believe you have to kill the jihadists, okay? And you don't believe that.
And you think we should be killing them with drones?
Absolutely.
Do I correctly understand that? Right.
So fewer people die with drones than to send the American military in to kill them.
Well, fewer Americans die. That's correct.
No, and fewer civilians would die. If you're going to raid a village in northern Pakistan with special forces, many more people are going to die than if you drop a drone on a house.
But we're not. But the point is, we're not going to be sending special forces in there, and it sets too low of a bar for the United States to be going in and killing people. And too many civilians
were killed. So you don't believe that we should be killing jihadist leaders?
No, listen. We are creating more terrorists. You have to look at the big picture,
That's theoretical.
Bill.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe it for a second.
Do you believe Stanley McChrystal? Because he said that. Stanley McChrystal gave a speech
General McChrystal wants to believe that. That's his opinion. But it's not.
I'm sorry.
It's not a fact.
You're just dismissing General McChrystal's opinion on drone warfare.
I'm not dismissing it. I say I disagree with it. The jihadists are going to paint us as the devil, no matter what we do. All right,
Bill. Oh, so let's just do anything. That's
anything isn't permissible. But drone attacks that kill the leadership of the al-Qaeda and the Taliban are permissible.
And then if you create even more people, more terrorists, you consider that a success.
That's your opinion, and I believe it's a fallacious opinion. All right, coerced interrogation, you're against that, right? You grab them, you rough them up a little. You don't want to do that, do you?
You can interrogate them. You can't torture them.
But not make them real uncomfortable, though.
No, I actually, that's not right. I think you can make them uncomfortable, but I think you can't torture them. I don't, you can't.
So you make them uncomfortable, but you can't torture them. And then that's a definition of what torture is. Guantanamo Bay, you don't want that. Where do you want to put these guys?
I think that you should. Well, we could put them in federal prisons. We have plenty of very, very dangerous, bad people in prisons. But first of all, I'd like them to have a trial. I believe in trials. I think that people have a right to due process. I don't like the idea of people of not being.
Here's the problem with the trial, because you're living in a theoretical world. In a trial, you have to produce witnesses. All right? As soon as a witness comes in and says, hey, you know what? Muhammad over there, he blew up 16 children, and, I saw him give the order. That witness is dead. Boom. Dead. Killed. So you're not going to have witnesses. You're not going to have people come in.
So we don't try mob leaders? We don't try, I mean...
It's a little bit different than mob leaders and al-Qaeda. That's a different thing.
No, it's not. You're arguing that, that people would be afraid to testify or they're going to end up dead.
They're afraid to testify.
Well, that's the same thing with the mob. It's the same thing with drug dealers. I mean,
there's a difference between a war and a criminal activity.
I understand that, but the comparison you're making, though, would apply in that situation. You don't not give people trials because of the situation you just gave. I'm sorry, Bill.
This is a war scenario.
hold people, Bill, forever. That's what we're doing.
They're prisoners of war.
They have not been given any kind of due process or a trial.
You don't
and been
give
found
prisoners
guilty.
of war due process.
They're not. You know what? If it was somebody that was in your family, I highly doubt you would feel the same way about this.
It wouldn't be anybody in my family.
Right, okay, because why?
Because they're not jihadists.
So, you know, but there's no chance that anyone in your family could ever end up in the situation where they weren't getting due process.
Cat Stevens and my kids don't listen to them.
So, you know what? The point is, you should be able to theoretically consider what it might be like. Yeah.
Powers, I got to say this. I love you. You know that. You're a great guest. Your anti-terror program, awful. Kirsten Powers, everybody.
I feel the same way
there
about
she
yours.
is. All right.